What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Cocteau Twins, and we're going back to the Head Over Heels album. Again, I do want to give a big shout out to all those who've been here for this journey, as well as Han Solo for sharing this material, as well as Doug for sending me the album Treasure that we will get to eventually, in which a number of people have mentioned. But again, I'm very happy now to have gone through all three of the EPs between this and Garlands, and perhaps, the progression and evolution of their sound will make a bit more sense on this album relative to Garlands, because I've heard some different flavors and indeed some tunes that seem transitional between Garlands and the couple tracks that I've already heard on this. And perhaps I'll have a new perspective on Peppermint Pig EP as we go through this album and get a sense for, just how much of a different direction relative to that EP this album is and that they wanted to go. So either way, loving Elizabeth Fraser's vocals, love the light, dark synthesis of a number of their tunes. Even though, again, the degree to which that is true has varied, relative to Garlands as we progress through these EPs. In any case, as I said, we're back to Head Over Heels, and the next tune on Head Over Heels is called In Our Angelhood. I'm intrigued, angel and angels not only play a role in, religious scripture and so on, but are ultimately used in colloquial language and pop culture to indicate great morality, like unflinching, tireless, and unyielding divine morality and behavior. People who are just, good all the time, even in impossible circumstances. So in Our Angelhood, that seeks to or suggest casting that depiction and quality on oneself and, whatever the group may be, whether that's a literal group of people or sort of a movement or some other usage of a plural where otherwise you might expect a singular pronoun. So I'm curious where this one is headed. I'm curious, to what degree angelhood might be sincere or otherwise. Once again, I'm aware that a number of their songs, lyrics are at best opaque and difficult to access, if not, not even agreed upon. Nevertheless, I will keep an ear out for whatever I can find or hear. So let's get it. This is Cocteau Twins. The track is In Our Angelhood, and it's from the 1983 album Head Over Heels. Wouldn't last. Well, instruments to that. I really love this serious, you know, slightly dark synth pop rhythm of that more instrumental section. Now, again, her vocals are amazing. I heard the title track again and again, in Our Angelhood, in Our Angelhood. But there were some other lines where I'm not quite sure if I was hearing correctly. So again, there would be nothing new with that. But once more, her vocals are amazing. This tune feels, again, more consonant, more, you know, what's the right word? Like commercial is not the right word, but it sounds more accessible than some of their other material, including some of the material on Garlands. And admittedly, it does sound, now that we're back with this album, like, you know, Peppermint Pig was going, you know, toward one direction or sound, and this is a notable shift in another direction. But again, it's like there's still some elements that I've come to know through past work, including Garlands, but moving in a direction that sounds, like I said, more consonant, more accessible. And yeah, ultimately there's moments in that track where it feels like we're slipping into some dreamscape because her vocals are very echoed, and you know, they sound like they're ubiquitous, they're coming from all sides, so it's like a bit disorienting, and again, as if it's a different dimension. But then, as I said, in those instrumental sections, it feels very focused and sort of dramatic and serious and like consonant, if, like I said, a bit dark still. So, yeah, really interesting sonically. Not sure what's happening, who the group is that is in Our Angelhood, but I don't know. Either way, it's a really interesting tune, and I'm happy to get back to this album. So once more, shout out to Han Solo, shout out to Doug. For sharing Treasure. We will get there, and as I said, a number of people have commented on that one. And yeah, again, like, there's so many folders in the larger Cocteau folder, so apparently they are very prolific in terms of their output. So shout out to them. Do let me know what you think of this one. I will see you next time. Peace.